Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the magenta English, we have Seatbelt. Spawn on the top side as the AFK green Chinese, we have IrlandoDLB. Don't tell me it's just AFK. Okay, now it's respawning. Now 1 minute delay. That ain't good. So yeah, let's go and get some good fast forwarding right here. Looks like a mill is being built there for the food. The English does have the capability that food around the farms do get collected a little bit faster. At least that's from farms. I don't know if I actually apply the berry bushes. Does go ahead and steal. Green does manage to steal some of the opponent's sheep. Very nice. And looks like purple magenta has claimed some sheep right there. So it looks like it's some extra sheep. Looks like green has immediately gone to feudal age, which does pull out the economic landmark, which gives them access to the imperial examinations, increases the amount of gold carried by imperial officials from 40 to 80, as well as grant the imperial official economic support unit with no combat abilities will automatically gather tax gold from buildings, can be tasked with improving buildings efficiency. One or two numbers can exist at a time. We also have a trade post down south with a bunch of fishies. Of course, got this early market there. He's starting to get some trade going. You just say good shitter. Oh, either way. Overall, right now for villager count, Magenta's a little bit behind. He has gone for his council right now. The council is a fast builder for longbowmen, as well as can research longbowman upgrade. And we do have maybe a bit of a scout rush right here. We've got 3 scouts all working together. Nope, they decided to just go right there. It does actually spot that green scout there with the sheep. Does throw some slices there, so that may have spotted these scouts and may alert them to any potential aggression. Had a barracks being deployed on out. We do now have the market here, but it's a little bit poorly placed. It needs to be put a little bit over here so at least get a better angle there for his trade caravans. Let's see, he's going hunting with his scouts there. Very nice. Picks up a carcass there. Another carcass there as well. So he will bring back a nice little bounty of deer for his villagers to collect. And now it looks like Magenta's eyeing for a bit of an ambush of longbowmen. He may be eyeing on the economic line to disrupt it. And for more longbowmen, well, I don't know how many longbowmen to take out one-shot a caravan. On the left side, we got a wolf engaging this trader, so you may want to get something over there to deal with it. And got a good wave of longbowmen coming out, likely all from the council. Probably does not need to deploy out an archer range for it. Has a handful of scouts as well, which could be handy. He still needs to deal with that wolf. Here comes a longbowman. Does have some of his own archers. He never placed down these pilings. So he's going to receive some hits there from a horseman. Spearman is also advancing as well. Horseman does go down. He's hit that spearman next. And now the scout is engaged as well. It does pick up a carcass. And the scout does go down. And the carcass is still there. Green's lost all of his archers, still a good number of longbowmen here. He's going to try to build this outpost as quickly as possible. And he could go and throw some, he doesn't have, of course he needs to still upgrade it with, slits to fire back from it, or throw some units inside of it, which he did. Using a stone on these upgrades, they do cost a bit of stone. And looks like it does have the reach there for the campfire, giving the longbowmen just a handful of health there. If you were to scout out this, ambushing those traders could have been quite useful. And this wolf is still being also problematic. You can see all these traders just nipped. Longbowmen's pushing way forward, trying to deal with that wolf. And it looks like it's gone a little bit quiet again, so let's go ahead and... Oh, he does spot that. Throw some arrows there onto the Barkin of the Sun, defensive landmark. These forces trying to push their way forward. Longbowmen, of course, do get the first strike there. And didn't get any pilings out. And getting some good damage onto these forces. Longbowmen will be cleaned on up. Defensive landmark has been completed, which is basically a keep early, an early game keep. Nothing special about it. So we only have a single trader here. Hasn't really invested much into traders. Yeah. Oh, that's a mill. Not. I was going to think that it was going to be an outpost. We've got a mill here just for some fishies. And we've got a mining camp going down there. Both sides. Oh, we got a Age 3 defensive landmark being deployed out right there. Designed for some more aggression right there. If he was a bit more bolder and had a bit of defensive force here, placing that right next to this could have been quite annoying. Right there. Can it build anything? Let's see. Acts as a keep with all behaviors, technologies, and bonuses. Green's advanced to the castle age. Magenta's about ready to advance to the castle age as well. He will spot the keep there. No, going for a mill. And this is not what Green wants to see. Immediately being upgraded for a bunch of these researches. Now going for the Age 4 defensive landmarks as well. He's going for a lot of aggressive plays right here. Here comes some rams being boiled out. He can get these villagers off the line to hit these rams. The rams do. And that H4 landmark's already been cleaned up by that trebuchet. The rams do go cleaned up, but we got this power severely wounded here, as well as Springald. And this trebuchet here, counterweight trebuchet, should finish off this defensive landmark. Actually, it doesn't actually fully get destroyed, does it? It's very close actually fully being built there. The White Tower is almost complete, just needs a little bit more health. We're getting another spring gold. Apparently I actually can't see what I can actually build. So it looks like I can deploy out some units there. Another spring gold has been built. It's going to push forward there, trying to hit the counterweight trebuchet. Another counterweight trebuchet has been built. And he's going to start finishing up this landmark now. Get his tech age up going. And immediately gets forced to set ablaze. Spring goals from the door. The landmark is a short, can be repaired.
You ready for the next work of the roller?
He has gone for his own defensive keep over here. That's his age looting in order to counteract his opponent's age attack. Now we've got some palace guards advancing, trying to deal with these forces here. And does clean up the spring guards, no problem. This mill will be cleaned up, however. And we do have now the cannon placement being researched now. Do the spring guards are trying to stay alive. Does throw some shots there, but not exactly great versus infantry.
Catching on mid hit.
Kind of fall back to this now. English ability for its aura ability can be quite useful. The network of castles. That may be one reason why he's actually gone for these aggressive replacements for the network castle for his siege units. Going to fast forward a little bit more. Both Magenta is at age 4, Green's still at age 3. He's starting to siege down the Berkshire castle now. Both of which have the same amount of health, damage, and fire armor. So, in other words, they're basically equal. I'm not sure if the Berkshire Palace can deploy out anything special. Berkshire has a 50% greater weapon range, double the amount of arrows lets out. So it actually is heavier in offense / defense. Not necessarily in health and armor, though. And now I got a counterweight trebuchet deployed out. Perhaps I'm to counterweight the counterweight trebuchet. And that scout immediately goes down. Berkshire Castle is almost fully rebuilt. Actually, maybe it's already full rebuilt. I'm not sure it needs to be at max health or what to actually be considered full rebuilt. It does have a villager count advantage as well, 62 versus 51. Now we do got a siege workshopping build, maybe eyeing for some other cannons such as the bombard. We got another town center up north here. Villagers nearby are not doing anything at the moment. And that extra range is going to come quite in handy. If he gets out some archers that go inside this, that could be quite useful. That's actually sieging down this castle here. Get a comparison of these two. Now the arrows seem like the same range. Does this one also get... Nope. Now we do have the bell rung since he got sent a unit nearby, giving these guys a nice little aura path of benefit. Marines also deploy out a handful of stone walls in this region. Now the castle's almost down there. No additional archers or anything like that inside this castle yet. Now we've got a spring gold pushing on forward, trying to hit this counterweight trebuchet. It does get a good hit there, and the counterweight trebuchet does hit the trebuchet. The spring golds do clean up that trebuchet there now. And now we've also got a hive of bees, or nest of bees. This castle has set alight. Oh, I didn't see the rumble rant. Hello. Another hive bee got deployed and out. Got a handful of battery rams now being deployed there. Hive bees has received some arrow hits. And this tower is, or castle is, being repaired up by these villagers. as this one as well. There's been a bit of artillery war. And this castle has upgraded the cannon as well as the springald. A little bit passive, right? Or not necessarily passive, but more or less a prolonged stalemate because Green's castle is being repaired as well as Magenta's. But now we actually got a bombard here. Bombards, they hit hard. They're expensive, but they do their job well. Look at that. Green will be breaking the stalemate. He's trying to push forward spring gold there. Let's count. Keep will go down. Of course, the keep being rebuilt. Or that was not a landmark, what was it? That was just a road keep. I was thinking. So that keep going down is quite important. It's getting some good hits there as well. This bombard is getting past a bit too close to this landmark. Does get vision there. Now receiving fire from this landmark, but it only did 1 damage to that cannon there. Doesn't actually take too much damage there. Battering rams now making their advance. Got a big wave of battering rams, and maybe over this region. Doesn't have any other defensive units here. Magenta's economy is quite healthy, so him not building out any more military is actually a bit of a problem. In fact, he doesn't even have to build out any additional houses. He still has 80 maximum population. That is a big oversight. Now he will get overrun because he doesn't have the population to spend his population capacity. Bombard has received quite a bit of fire there. Trying to get repaired up by the villager. Now this landmark has been set ablaze. Now he does jump off all these forces, taking out the bombard. The landmark does go down. Now this landmark will be under siege. Also using these villagers in order to hit these forces. The bombard is alive, trying to recover the palace now. And both sides still don't have a whole lot of villagers. Granted, most of Magenta's population are those villagers, but still, he really failed to capitalize on this big advance and not capitalizing on his own economy. This castle will likely go down. He's focusing on some of these low health battering rams. Bombard cannon is pushing way forward, but now this tower landmark is now set ablaze. Let's get out some more counterweight trebuchets. Now the siege workshop is under siege. Has received a hit there from the counterweight trebuchet. Magenta's basically not doing anything in this region. And the game is actually at top of speed, whatever is in lie, so I can't fast forward any little bit more. So how will Magenta counterattack? Throwing some rounds into a wall. Big opening right there. Getting these rams from the garrison would be a good idea. And the bombard does go down. And the palace guard should be able to clean this all up, and the villager. And these villagers have not done... There's actually 21 idle villagers for Magenta. I'm not sure how long that's been going on. No, there's less idle villagers now.
We are now waiting for the estimates.
If you queue up building the town center, you can at least queue up them collecting lumber afterwards. Doing something's better than doing nothing for downtime.
建筑勇气，看着不错。
Looks like Magenta does spot this area, and we'll start throwing some arrows onto these villagers. And looks like Green's going to be eyeing for a counterattack now. Bit of a villager harassment of villagers. Let's pull off more villagers there, but those villagers have been idle for quite some time, and Green's mixed forces advancing now. We need a battering ram here, since you probably don't really plan on using anytime soon. It's also quite wounded. Keep it right there, prevent the landmarks from being rebuilt, and it's not half bad. Palace guards will advance, and we'll rip apart these villagers, no problem. So got quite a bit of force garrison right there. Seeing what else he has. Of course, he has the Bureau Academy Astronomical Clock Tower. These villagers have finally been tasked on something, perhaps the gold nearby. Now I got a wave of stone walls advancing, but he'll be rolling in an opponent's town center.
What shall he do?
Looks like Magenta will be shanked by these villagers. And the scout goes down. You will spot, of course, these stone walls. Of course, China knows all about stone walls. And a bit of a harassment there with these horsemen. Now got a wave of elite knights being deployed out. Magenta's eyeing for a bit of a counterattack. Let's take a quick look at technologies. Looks like they all gone for the economic technologies. Don't have any forge technologies yet, but Magenta is going for a melee attack. And he's at pop cap. He's finally going for some houses. Single lumberer right there. Green does spot this region there. He will pick up the relic there. He can perhaps take time to convert these villagers here. And we've got a number of houses being built here as well. Queued up, not actually built. Got a big wave of knights now deployed. Green's still going for some more and more walls there. This will be interrupted. Does spot these stone walls here, and there's no gate for him to burn down through. There's a big opening in the middle of his through the middle of his village. Just spot defended his defense force there. Stone walls have been complete. And he does burn down that lumber camp. Earlier set it ablaze, now it's burned down. Some of these villagers have been cleaned on up. Magenta still has a superior villager count as well. Magenta should win out this fight. How much do we see in the defense as well? We got nothing on the build queue for green other than a handful of palace guards. He needs spearmen. He may not actually have spearmen available. Got a handful of crossbowmen. He does have the defenses towers, however. Monastery is going to get hit a little bit. A couple of these monks do go down. And trebuchets do fire a couple rocks at the knights. And as the bee is making his advance, we may see an engagement here. And getting some decent AoE damage there. Their trebuchets are now throwing on in. This beast will quickly get overwhelmed. And these trebuchets will be cleaned on up. Another trebuchet goes down. All trebuchets are now dead. And these knights are not staying in the region. He could go for a mass convert here. Looks like he threw inside the monastery, however. So we've got 2 relics inside the monastery at the moment. But it does generate a bit of gold income. And these palace guards are going to be engaging these knights now. Again, he has a bunch of villagers being queued up, but not doing anything. Even throwing them on wood never hurts. And Green will take the opportunity to build some more stone walls. And there is no gates here, so he will need to bring up siege weapons to make a hole. There is a single stone tower here, but that doesn't threaten the walls themselves. Now it's fully walled up, but still got a bit of instruction right there, and he has spotted that with his monk. Let's see, switch to regular UI. Is there any way to look up Fog of War? Guess not.
Leave a go to work and make a thing.
Just spot this right there, and the villagers just run on by, and now see like there's actually a bunch of houses here and a town center. Much has pulled out a bombard, trying to break through some of these walls. Maybe deal with a stone tower. Does you see some hits there from the stone tower now? Way too close to it. He should be able to win out the duel, however, but it will be a bit costly on its own health. Up north, we do have, looks like some palace guards trying to clear up these houses. Magenta should throw some villagers inside of the town center, going for a outpost now. And it looks like the bombard has cleaned up that stone tower. We'll need to start breaking down these walls. Trying to interrupt the deployment of that outpost. Looks like he will be successful. There's another one going up over here. And looks like he's actually starting to burn down some of these houses. I think Green does need to use those houses, though. Now got some cannon shots onto the stone walls now. This tower will not be built either, and has not had the town center garrison, so no arrows. Actually, no, he doesn't finish off that villager, so this outpost will be completed, but it'll take a bit of time for him to actually start getting that firing. He does spot this gold mine as well, so a handful of Magenta's villagers will be cleaned up, but Magenta has more villagers still, and a very good economy and very good stockpile. This tower has not been upgraded just yet. This breach has not been exploited yet. Trebuchet hitting a mining camp. Where did the bombard go? And nothing. So to self, find replays or not replays. Games are already gone on for greater than well, over 40 minutes. I did the other one with an hour and a half. Thinking, oh, this week that would be good to replay, but it wasn't. This one, a little bit past as well. I need to figure out a way to look up better replays. I could play a little bit myself. Even though I've never played an online match before, after seeing how passive everybody is, I should do reasonably well.
We are very shotguners! Here bear be the letter.
Trebuchet are eaten. What has this?
Now, Trebuchet now throwing some rocks into this keep. Very nice. The bombards can start. Oh, I suppose it's not shooting the walls would be good, though his one can always lead them to get to the Trebuchet. The amount of reinforcements are here. We're still not at population cap. Yep, these defensive landmarks are still there, still destroyed. And good hits there onto the keep.
Hestes for the trebuchet.
That keep is now set ablaze. Hive of bees are making some rounds onto the trebuchet. The trebuchet should be able to counterattack it, no problem. It's just the effect of the sword bombards. Mill does get hit there as well. And now the bombard's going to be hitting these walls. And he's trying to repair up these trebuchets there. He does have some monster for some healing. That's back to the trebuchets now. The Hive of bees needs to be focused down first. Or not Hive of bees, Nest of bees. There is a breach. Now the knights can storm on in, which he's not doing at the moment. He's actually trying to push storm in over here. Very nice. This entire region has been walled off a little bit more, so it's some extra layers of walls for that trading line. All the forces does get cleaned on up. We do have these knights now advancing. These good hits there onto the counterweight trebuchet. Now these cannons start making their way forward. Surprising enough that those not set ablaze. Now it's set ablaze. These landmarks can be repaired if you bring up some villagers. He doesn't need a whole lot. Probably not going to be in that region anytime soon, so a couple would be more than enough. And he will need to start cleaning up these towers sooner rather than later. But it's there. So next barrage will clean that up. Oh, or the bombards help finish them up as well. throw some rounds in that mining camp, which sounds like the important. And now High Beast does fire a partial barrage there as the Knights are marching forward. Over here, Knights are still in this region. Just a general attack move can cause some disruption, more enough to take on these defensive placements. And that mosque or monastery will go down. All 3 relics were ejected. They all got checked on the same spot there? Must be. I see like a bunch of streamers there, more than just one. Trade is not going to be overran by the Knights. I to push forward these Knights as well. And that keep does go down. Barracks is going down as well, getting burned to death. He has queued up a bunch of palace guards, but needs more of them to queue up palace guards. He's not queuing up anything from the archer ranges either. And he has some other barracks here as well. He's not properly microing whatsoever, or macroing. These units will crush him forward. We'll get some hits there onto these infantry forces. Bring some more of these bannered armies, but not being successful. Now, Magenta should be able to cleave through this base, no problem. If they weren't so passive. And this is why I really wish there's a proper replay system. And Green has surrendered. I wish there was a proper replay system for this, because that was just a slow tooth pull in the end. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and moving on to the next replay.